Welcome to the Complete Runner podcast. This is episode number 6, and today we have some special guests from London Strong Foundation. So right with us is Tina and Kristen and Mary. And so I'm going to start off with asking you, Tina, could you tell us a little bit about, well, London and the legacy that she's left behind?
Well, she was a special little girl, you know, and from all the videos, you can obviously tell she loved life. She just wanted to have fun all the time. She wanted a million friends. She wanted everybody to be her friend. She liked to be center of attention, but in a good way. She wanted to be she was the class clown. Loved her family that came first, her friends, and always wanted to help people, especially elderly. She had a special place in her heart for the elderly and cats.
Yeah.
So, she just was a great kid. Athletic, gymnast, all A's. So she was a great kid.
So, explain to people that are watching that might not know, what happened to London.
Right. She had an undetected heart condition. It's called long QT. And it's the electrical signals in the heart. When it tells your heart to beat, to pump the blood, to contract.
Is this something that doctors are looking at or that show up in tests?
Yes,
is it
EKGs.
Okay,
but she had no symptoms at all. I mean, she was doing flips in the air the day before. She was in gymnastics. She did like 20 hours of gymnastics a week. Never complained. And what happens is with the long QT is that those signals are a little bit too far apart. And when she went down a water slide, we went to a water park on February 18th of 2018, and it threw her into a rhythm. She got scared, too excited, it threw her into a rhythm, and she went into cardiac arrest. You can live all your life and have this condition and
never know.
Yeah. Or you can have EKGs done, and it can detect it, and sometimes it may not.
So is this something that families should go to their family doctor and get tested for?
Well, that's the thing. The doctors won't just give you an EKG for no reason.
Yeah.
I wish, and I would love to see it be part of, our routine, like our yearly checkups, especially for kids. It just takes 5 minutes to do, and it's not expensive. It's not expensive to get it done. I don't understand why it's not, included, but I'm working on that. I'd love to make changes with that. But like I said, sometimes it won't detect it either. I mean, she could have had an EKG done a week before, and we're not 100% positive that it would have showed up.
Yeah. So let's talk about you want to make some of those changes. So after she passed, you started the London Strong Foundation.
Right.
And what is that foundation doing today?
Well, oh my gosh, the past year
what isn't that foundation doing today?
Right. This has been a crazy roller coaster ride, and what we do is we bring awareness to CPR and AEDs and how it can save lives. And we've granted, so far we're on grant number 8 and 9. Okay, and those 8 and 9 will be donated at the race. They'll be presented at the race.
And so those are AEDs that you're giving to...
We've granted,
yeah.
Right. And we make sure that whoever gets it, they're trained, CPR trained, and I do a AED presentation, like a little training for them, and make sure that their emergency protocol is all set up. And so we're not only granting AEDs, but we're making sure they're trained in knowing how to use them as well.
Yeah. So with that, I mean, you have her legacy and all this education that's going into it, but she brought so much joy, and that's something, Mary, that you kind of championed of. Let's remember her in another way as well, and that is the London Strong 5K that is now on its second year. Tell me about your thoughts on how that all started and what your ideas were.
Well, actually, one day I was registering for a race, and this was shortly after London had passed. And I was thinking about, at her memorial, people were talking about how she was the fastest kid in her class. And I was thinking about how I wish I could be as fast as London, and then it dawned on me, well, we just need to do a race for London. And I messaged Tina, and then I messaged you right after that.
And I know when you came in to me, I had heard the story. You know, I unfortunately never got to meet her, but you started showing me videos of all the stuff that she loved and kittens and her love for life and all this stuff, and it was amazing. And all of a sudden, you know, I know personally, it touched me very, very quickly, and I saw all these cool things that you guys wanted to do for the race. So, race day events. So, Kristen, there are some amazing things that you guys have put together for that first year, and definitely for this second year coming up. But
I thought the first year last year was the most. It wasn't a 5K to me. It was like a family friendly, animal friendly
carnival.
Exactly, carnival.
Yeah.
And this year she's stepped up the game. So we got, let's see, what do we have extra this year? She's got the rock walls coming up. The Marines are doing the rock wall army. I'm sorry. There's going to be a therapy horse that's going to be there.
Equine horse.
Yep. We got a water tank with ice cold water to dunk a few.
So
news anchors.
I was going to say, who's going in this tank?
You are. You're cool down.
Wait, I didn't even know about that.
Well, I didn't tell anybody, so now it's going to be out. But that I was adding ice and turning it into a polar plunge.
Well,
thing,
you know, you got
to make it,
gotta
over
shake
the
it up
top
a
with
little bit,
everything.
yeah.
So
A little extra.
Yeah.
a little extra.
So and then we've got the Humane Society will come out and have kittens. Flint City Pits, they're a rescue. We have several. We have a obstacle course, one of those air bouncy obstacle courses, face painting, everything you can imagine for kids. But then also you have stuff for adults too that might be waiting around, whether family races.
I hear something about a hot air balloon.
Yes,
Yes,
sorry.
air balloon ride.
There's so much stuff. I can't keep it up.
I mean, it's not going to be floating to the clouds, but it's for the, it's for kids and the parents that don't want to float all the way up to the clouds, like me.
I know, yeah. Tina said we have a hot air balloon ride for
Right.
the kids, and I'm like, what do you mean for the
What do you
kids?
just for the kids?
Yeah,
It's
Remix,
for
Carrie
everyone.
Johnson,
Yeah.
and Mickey.
What else? And did I
Varney.
miss any of these crazy, not crazy, but fun, exciting
Yeah.
What else
things
is there?
for the kids?
Floating cotton candy, those big giant.
Mm-hmm.
We have that guy coming out, and it's a lot.
It's a
Well,
lot.
we gotta make it fun.
Exactly. I mean,
And-
it's a celebration after all.
Right,
so
right.
it's
And
gotta-
lots of
it's gotta be
shopping.
fun. Yeah.
And vendors.
all the vendors, there's so many. And so it's like you're going to, if you're familiar with the Crim and you like the Crim, how they have all the vendors set up, it's going to be like that, just less running attire.
Mhm.
So it's more, there's health and fitness vendors, schools, from anywhere to anywhere, A to Z, you've got several vendors. So there's something for everyone. And I think it's certainly something that takes this race to a different level than any other race you'll ever run.
Yeah. I would 100% agree with that. Not only for the cause, because all of this goes to London Strong Foundation.
Right.
So everything that's going into this goes back into the foundation and is going to AEDs, right?
Right. Yep.
And the education. I mean, that's a big
Right.
part of it, I guess, as well as CPR and first aid and everything.
And some
else.
of it goes to pet rescues too. We support pet rescues. Our main goal is the AED though and the CPR. But she loved kitties so much. I know that she'd want us to help them out too. So, and we actually have a store out in Puerto Rico in Vieques.
Yeah.
There's a London Strong store there that supports. It's like another avenue of income for us. We give them 20% and it goes to their local humane society, the island of Vieques. And we're talking about having a race out there in February too.
Very cool. So London Strong 5K is going global.
Right? Well, we're trying. Let's get through this one first.
Very cool. Tina, tell me about the race itself. When is it? Who can participate? Like all the good stuff.
Okay, well, it's Thursday, July 25th.
So it's coming up here pretty soon.
Right, and 4:30 is when you can start coming in and pre-registration. If you decide to be one of those people like me, I'll admit that I go last minute with everything.
But sign up
But yes,
now.
you should sign up now. Don't do what I do. But yeah, Be
How-
there
how-
from 4:30.
How can you sign up?
Well, you can go to londonstrong5k.com and
Okay.
it'll direct you to the London Strong. Our
The registration link?
Well, yep, there's the registration link there, but the original page,
Okay.
londonstrong.org, londonstrongfoundation.org. You can do that. There's a Facebook page that
And
I have.
we'll put all these
Right.
links here so you can check them out.
Yeah.
So they can also print out a paper application if they want. If they don't want to
Right.
go on to the registration,
Right.
and
They
they
can come
can fill
into
that
complete
in.
runner as well.
They can,
Right.
They can
Plenty
stop
of-
in here.
And get some shoes.
Yeah, get some
Yeah.
shoes. But we got applications here. So it's Thursday, July 25th.
Right.
What goes on during the day?
So 4:30, you can start coming. We have, the rock climbing wall. We have pull-up bar. The Marines are coming out.
Right
The Air Force
on.
is coming out.
See,
the
I
obstacle
think Mary
course.
could probably rip
Yeah.
off a few of those.
And
tiny.
we,
I know.
we have a lot of fun things. The dogs, we have dog things, dog items to buy, shirts for dogs, harnesses, capes. We have our superhero capes.
Are dogs allowed at the event?
Oh, yes.
So
Bring the
bring them
dogs.
on out if you want.
Bring the dogs
See, that's
On a
cool.
leash.
On a leash,
yes.
yep. Gotta be responsible and maybe a little
In a
little,
bag.
little bag.
In a bag.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a great turnout last year. We had a lot of dogs there. It was fun. It was
That's
just like
awesome.
a family
Mhm.
event. I wanted more than just a 5K. I wanted it to be, bring the community together, and a lot of London's friends. They're all coming out, and it's celebration. It's a celebration. So
So 4:30 they can come and start picking up stuff and show
Right.
up and kind of do some of the festivities.
right,
And then what time because there's a kids run.
Right.
So if you've got kids, make sure to sign them up because we have a small little kids run, which is called.
well, Kristen came up with this name.
Yeah.
I
Which
love
is
it.
I know,
She has the
it's
best ideas. The Kid and Caboodle.
There you go. I like it. Okay, so what time does the kids start?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
And then the runners are at 6:30.
6:30, and so then when that is done, awards are after that,
Awards.
and then a dance party.
The race.
Right.
We have DJ Chachi there, and he's
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
playing the tunes.
yeah, he's-
You know how
he's
he
awesome.
is.
Yeah, he's
And we're doing a dance party after.
right
So
on.
it's like
Very
after the race,
exciting.
there's gonna be more festivities. So don't leave, or,
Yeah,
stay,
hang
stay
around.
out.
Hang out.
And we're doing a dance party.
So
there's
there's also age group awards. So come out, have fun. It's a fun race, but also there's some awards out there for people that are
Serious
competitive.
runners. They're
Well, we have the
beautiful.
teams. We have the teams this year.
The dream
Challenge,
teams.
yes.
Yeah, and dream teams. And right now, I think it's Dort Federal
Dort Federal.
is ahead with 28 on their team,
Wow.
and the most
That's
participants gets a prize. I have a prize for each person that's in that team.
Very,
so.
very cool. So
We have
round
beautiful
up your
crystal
peeps
for
and
the
come on up.
overall
Do they have to sign up separately as a team, or how does
Right.
that work?
Well, you create a team,
Okay.
and whoever wants to sign up, they find the team name. You'll have to create two teams, like under a run and
Mhm.
under a walk. But we combine those numbers
Okay.
the race day on
Yeah.
race day, because some people want to walk. and
I was
some
just
people
going to
wanna run.
say, and so it's not just for runners. It's not a 5K run, but it's for everyone.
And we have
Right.
virtual this year too. I just added
so
everything.
you don't even have to be there.
Well,
We got to run.
if you can't be there,
Exactly.
there
Yeah.
are some people coming from out of state,
Yeah,
but
or people that live all over the place and
Right.
can't make it in. You
Actually,
can
we have
still
Some
support
people
the
coming
cause.
from Canada.
to
Oh,
run.
Kanika's
Kanika's
mom and dad
parents,
are
yeah.
coming
Very,
from
very
Canada.
cool.
it'd be fun.
Forgot to mention part of the festivities. We have a silent auction this year.
All right. Thank you.
So that will we'll have a closing time for that, which will probably end right before awards are handed out. Because
Okay.
Mad Chaos at the last minute to get your bids in, but we have lots of awesome things.
I was going to say, any notable items that people should know about and make sure that they
That
come
is-
in and check out?
Mary Henny was
Yeah.
doing that, but she said she got a horse rides, like a horse
I'm not sure
ride,
of what's in there.
but there's a whole
All
bunch,
sorts of good
all
stuff.
kinds of stuff.
So make sure when you come out, check that out.
Yep.
Very cool. So basically, this is for everyone, family, animals.
You might even leave with an animal.
You-
Well, because I got
You don't
Flint City
have to leave
Pits.
it
They're bringing their pit bulls. I have like the Humane Society, Adopt a Pet, And so,
I
yeah,
should bring
people,
my
all the
dog.
kittens went
Yeah.
last
Everyone wants
year.
a puppy. That's
So last year, how many people ended up?
What was it? I know it's like
Showing up.
890 registration.
And how many people did you expect for this first
What did
year?
we say? 150?
200 or
200. I was like
250.
150, 200.
Then it got to 500, and then we went into panic mode.
Right.
And then as it got closer, it was. But
That was a hot mess last year. We're at
So-
500. What are we gonna do?
yeah. So no, it definitely. I think we're a little bit more prepared for the amount of people
Mhm.
this year.
Well, it kind
Um,
of broke the rules of first year races.
Yep,
because
for sure.
Those numbers don't ever happen on
Yeah.
a first year race.
Which
Those
is
numbers don't
awesome.
even happen on many other
Right.
annual races.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
And
Love it.
another thing that has helped promote this race is the amount of sponsorship.
Wow.
The
yes.
people in the
it's
community that have
crazy.
stepped up, and everyone
Unbelievable.
wants to be involved.
Mhm.
But I know you're probably still taking sponsorship.
Right, I
So
am.
you know how if someone is interested in helping out with the race, who do they contact? How do they become a sponsor? How do they find out about the different levels?
Well, we have it posted on the race page.
Okay.
I'll probably have to post it again so it's at the top of the
Yeah.
news feed, but you can find it in the race page. And we have a sign up genius where you can sign up. There's slots, 3-hour
Please
slots.
visit the sign up
Please,
genius.
yes, we need
Yes,
more
we
volunteers.
need
That's what
volunteers.
makes
We'll
this
put a link
All
on here
right,
as well.
right here.
that's what makes it a success. You know, the volunteers. We need them too.
Volunteers are huge, and
Yes,
a
so it makes it a
lot of
success.
them showed up last year. It's incredible to see how many people want to be involved in this. Not only just racers and people coming out to participate, but people that want to just help,
Mhm.
Right.
which is awesome.
It's been amazing. It really has, and you know, the community coming together, and it's been overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, shows what an impact London has made and continues to make.
Oh.
So I see you have a medal here.
Yes, they just came
And
today.
this
I just picked them
ooh,
up.
hot off the press. So this
Yeah.
is the medal for this year,
Do you want to spin
and
it? I'll hold
check
it.
how cool this is. Probably one of the coolest medals
And
I've
it's
seen.
It's a
It
spinner.
is the coolest
But,
one
you
you've
know,
ever had.
you know, look at that thing
With
spin
angel
around.
wings.
Right.
Very cool. So that is something that's part of the swag that you get when you sign up. So they'll get a finisher's medal. They get a shirt. So
Yes.
shirts.
I don't have the shirt with me today, but yes.
Do you have more than one option on shirts?
Yes, we have cotton and we have tech.
Okay. So is there upcharge for the tech?
It's $5.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So you probably want that tech shirt. So
Even the bib is special.
Yeah, look at the
Even
bib.
our bib is special. It's not just your regular white bib with a red number. It's a personalized.
so the earlier you sign up,
The
the more you're
better.
guaranteed for
One of these beautiful bibs.
a
Metal
shirt,
bib.
A shirt.
especially if they want a tech shirt.
Right. And then, you know,
You know, medals and all this kind of stuff. Don't
Right.
wait till last minute
Right.
because obviously we know what happened last year, and day of
right.
hundreds of people showed up that weren't expected.
Right.
So
I have
already
700 of
put
these.
put that down. So see, seven.
And then we
700.
have some left over from last year, like
Yeah.
130. So
So if you want
want the spinner.
this, then you know
Right.
sign up.
Register
sign up soon.
early.
And speaking of like all the stuff that we have out here as well, so there is a lot of London Strong merchandise that you've put together, some amazing stuff actually, to help the foundation and again help all those AEDs. What's some of the cool stuff? I know you got some new stuff that
I
you'll have to
do.
race. But anything you want to kind of mention of?
well, we have. I didn't bring everything because it wouldn't fit here. I really have too much.
There's
I have
no way.
new sweatshirts that are the lighter, the Zen they
Yeah,
call 'em.
yeah.
There's like a lighter washed out, and they're great for summertime when a cool night. We have baseball tees. I have a new logo, as you can see. We have a new logo,
Nice.
and then we have the hashtag London Strong. I don't know, Mary, if you want to hold that up so they can see. We have hashtag.
And it's a
London
baseball
Strong.
tee.
And,
And
that
then-
is a nice
And then
baseball
Kristen's wearing one of my faves right here.
Don't be depressed. Love life. Be happy. Set your
Set your
dreams.
dreams.
London,
Straight
that was
from
her
London.
quote. Yep. So that we have new bracelets.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah. We
So
can
like
hear.
all of this stuff, and where can you find this stuff? Can you go on London Strong's page and order stuff? I know there's a local shop in Grand Blanc that
Right.
carries a lot of this
It's
stuff.
Bubble BT. They're actually our main storefront.
Very
They offered
cool.
a storefront to us, and huge supporters, and I know you have a few things
Yeah,
here.
we got some items. So when you come in to sign up for the race, you can
Yeah, we'll
also
have
buy
some.
some
Right.
of the
I am setting up a website. I just have to wait. I'm overwhelmed right now with the show.
lot going on. Yeah.
And after the race, I will get that up, and then it can be shipped out to them as well.
Very, very cool. Anything else you want to add about the race?
Did we get everything?
No, because there's going to be
There's
more
so much
after
more.
today.
I'll
It just
ask you,
keeps
Abby.
going and going.
You know,
You
I'm
have to
extra.
come.
We,
over
we
the
do
top.
have the crystal trophies for the overall
Yeah.
male.
They're blue
top,
this year.
and
Blue
they are
are
blue
beautiful.
this year.
Yes, very
They're-
pretty.
Cool.
Yes.
And thanks to Mission Awards. For,
Right. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Yeah. With this
Yeah,
too.
they've done an
And they've been
amazing job.
donating. They've been
Yeah.
donating overall, female, male. It's wonderful.
Right.
He read the story and he was like, "I want to do that for you every year."
Again, more and
So,
more people just coming
right.
out to help support.
I
That's very
think
cool.
one thing maybe we talked about it, but if we did an early or packet pickup on the Wednesday before
Yep.
the race, did we talk about?
Oh, we
that?
didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Go
that's
ahead.
Wednesday from 10 to 6:30 p.m. If you come in a complete runner, you'll get your t-shirt, your bib, and you'll have a chance to maybe look at some of this London swag that we have.
Yeah,
But
check
it's
it out.
really, really going to benefit you by not having to be in that long line the day
Right.
of.
It was crazy
Absolutely.
Because
last
that
year.
line last year was long.
But we're gonna have
Right.
more cashiers this year.
Yeah.
More
We're
cashiers
more organized this year.
Still,
We've learned a lot.
come early.
Pick up
Yes.
early. You get your bib, get your shirt, relax, talk with everyone about the course and all the cool stuff that's going on. Buy some of the merchandise to help support the foundation, and then when you rock up, you can enjoy the festivities.
Rock
You
up,
know,
right?
and it's a good time. So tell me a little bit about the location of the race. So it's at Bicentennial,
Yep.
which I don't know if everyone's familiar with it, but it is a very cool park.
Right.
And it seems to be very well suited for an event like this, other than the numbers.
Right. I
but,
mean,
Right.
but it is a perfect place to have the carnival we were talking
well,
about.
right,
right.
right. The London Strong Carnival.
Yeah, but you've also been able to
We granted
Help-
them
help them
AED,
as well, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because they need one out there in the fields. There's a lot of soccer and kickball and
Softball,
Softball.
baseball.
Yeah.
and
There's
trails,
a water park,
right.
and
People
then there's
go out
everything
there
out
to
there.
train running all the time. There's always runners out. There's always a ton of people out there.
right. So they're going to have it out there, and well, they have it now. It's going to be in the building that's by what is it? The kickball, softball fields in the front, closer to Grand Blanc Road.
The pavilion
Okay.
on the other side.
Yeah,
of
the,
Yeah,
the
playground.
South Pavilion.
Okay.
It's close to there.
Yeah.
So they'll have it there, and
And they have golf carts that they go around and check in on things, right? So if there was an emergency, it could get there fairly quickly.
right.
Oh yeah. yeah
Well, we're gonna have golf carts if the
We,
race.
Oh,
we,
yeah,
we
there's-
will,
And,
we will have golf carts as well
Actually,
to help
we're
shuttle
gonna
around
have
people.
quite a few
Parking.
AEDs there. I have an ambulance that's gonna be there. Elite EMS is coming. I have a lady bringing 2 of her AEDs, and I requested CPR certified people to be on the course, and some are actually running too. But I want eyes out.
Is
you know,
that something?
out.
Just kind of talking about the festivities and all that stuff, and all the vendors are going to be out there. Are there going to be medical personnel that are going to have an AED so
Oh, yes.
people can come up and see? Because I think that's probably a lot of the public is they're afraid
They're
of something
afraid.
like that.
Right.
They don't know
Exactly.
how it works, and obviously in a life or death situation, that's a huge deal.
Right.
Mhm.
So am I a little hesitant? And now maybe that brings it a little more real of, oh, here it is. This is how it works. It's not difficult to use.
And that's where Elite EMS, they were there last year with the
Mhm.
ambulance, and they're
Mhm.
going to set up the mannequins, and they're going to do CPR demo, and they'll have the AED demo, and I want to make sure that the course is safe too.
Yeah.
So have monitors, and just make sure that the course is safe. And if somebody, God forbid, it's not going to, knock on wood, but if we have to, we're prepared.
And your comment about the fear of looking at an AED and the fear of ever needing to use one, that's also part of the mission of the foundation, is to do the CPR training, which also is AED training. So you learn if you do take those classes and you become certified, you will learn how easy an AED is to use. The hard part, honestly, is the CPR. That's the scarier part to me at this point in time. But the AED talks to you. It walks you right through everything you need to do. You can't mess it
And
up.
it even does the like a
pulse
the
rate.
pulsing.
Yep.
Yep. It'll make a noise and it
So
tells
you know
you
how
keep your
fast.
rhythm
keep
going.
the rhythm going and continue CPR, analyzing rhythm, stand back, shock the heart, continue CPR if you need to.
We really, really, really want to take that fear out of people.
Right.
For AEDs or CPR. Take that fear away and you put more safety concerned people into the community.
Well, you know, as a society here, it's like this. If somebody chokes out in public,
Mhm.
what's your first instinct?
and
Which everyone knows.
Yeah,
that.
everybody's going
Everyone
to try
knows.
to do that, the Heimlich, or they're going to try
Yeah.
to, you know,
yeah.
help.
Yep.
Now, as a society, we're not there yet. If somebody collapses, the CPR coming in, I think people get afraid.
Mhm.
And using the AED, they get scared they're going to hurt themselves or the person, but it
You
won't
can't.
shock.
I don't know
It
what I'm
won't.
doing. I
Right.
shouldn't
You cannot hurt them.
I
It
shouldn't
will
be doing
not-
this. Yeah.
It won't shock unless it has to.
Yeah.
It won't shock unless it has to. And I would love to, like I said, as society, to get to that point where people can react. The response time is very crucial. For every minute that goes by without CPR and AED, your chances of, to survive
Functioning.
they decrease by 10%.
And a lot of that is the education of it, but also having the equipment there.
Right.
If it's not there, then you can't.
But the
use it.
CPR is very
Right.
But
crucial.
yeah.
The
having
That's
that
everywhere you go.
information.
You want
Yeah.
everybody
Yes,
you know to know
Even
CPR.
hands only CPR, and then the AED is part of CPR. But if it's not there, you continue CPR until the AED gets to the victim.
Right.
And like I said, without the CPR, including the CPR, every minute that goes by, 10% chance decrease of survival, and those seconds count. Seconds count,
Right.
and you have to
We
respond
have to keep
quickly.
the blood flow and the oxygen going to
Right.
the brain.
Seconds count.
We have to just keep working.
Awesome. Cool. Okay, so one thing we like to do on the podcast is we like to do the big three. So big three is 3 questions, just kind of about, since this is usually running related. So first one we start off with is your favorite race. So we can just go down the line. We'll start with you, Mary.
She's got a lot
She's
to
the
choose
expert.
from.
You've got a few under your belt.
hundreds.
What's your favorite race? One. You gotta say one.
One? Oh my gosh. My favorite race is Run Woodstock.
I knew you were going to
Yeah,
say
I
that.
know.
I
gonna
do.
say it too,
Believe
yeah.
me, I can't help it. It's the atmosphere and
Don't they run nude?
it's in
Probably.
There is
a natural
there's a race for
option.
that.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's just
natural.
a small part
I
of
don't
it.
know
But
about that.
I'm an outdoor
Get a little
girl
cheeky.
and I love the woods and it's just
It's a cool
beautiful. The
atmosphere.
Potawatomi trails are just gorgeous.
Yeah. Kristen, what about you?
I actually ran a lot a long time ago, but
So
I
what was
haven't
your favorite one?
ran- besides the Crim, I think that's everybody's go-to. But I like the Scrumpy Skedaddle and running through those fields and I loved it. It was so much fun. I had my best time there. And then you get all the yummy.
Oh yeah,
Hard
there's some
cider,
good
yeah,
stuff
hard
after,
cider
like
at the
yeah.
end.
But yeah, I would have to say that's my favorite race.
Grumpy, yeah, that's cool.
Well,
Dina?
I'm not a runner, obviously, as you can see now. But I'll tell you, I've only done 3 ever. And the Crim, and it was superhero, and then we just did
Oh yeah,
Wings of
we just
Mercy.
did
Yeah.
too.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I love the superhero, how everybody's
that's a
dressed
cool
up.
one.
That was
But Wings of Mercy was amazing too. And when I was running down the runway, I heard it sounded like a jet, and I thought the airplane was taking off. I didn't realize till the second time. Oh, that's a speaker. But I don't know. I want to say superhero because it's kids, and I could see London
Right.
doing it.
Right on.
and
And you got to wear your capes.
Yes, we
and,
got to wear the
yeah.
London capes.
We were
But
London superheroes.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Second question is going to be most memorable race experience. Now, this could be good or bad. We've had some funny, really bad stories, or
Oh,
it
I
can be
can
just,
imagine.
or it's just like a memorable good one. So, Mary, what do you got?
a memorable good one.
Yeah, or
bad.
bad. I mean, if you want to throw it out there, you can.
Sometimes on those
as
long
embarrassing
runs.
as you want.
I think the most memorable thing was after the Crim, and when I met Julius Kogo, and I read about him in Runner's World magazine, and to actually see him was really cool. But what made it really memorable, because I told him, I'm like, I remember you from Runner's World magazine, and he's like, I remember you from the conga line back then.
That's a cool memory.
one.
That's a good one. Kristen, what about you?
I think it would have to be when I was 19. I did the Crim training group on its second year, so I'm probably dating how old I am, but oh well. And I trained for that race. It was before I was married, and I was heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears into that race. And when I never thought I'd be able to run more than a mile. And crossing that finish line was probably the most emotional I've ever been. It was like instant tears. It's like you're proud of yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of times we don't give ourselves enough credit. We're not too proud of what we do. And in that moment, I was like, I can do anything that I want to do if I put my mind to it. So that was my most memorable. I think that was in 99.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that. What about you, Tina?
Again, I don't run that runner. But I'm going to say London's race last year because exactly what you said, Kristen, people were crying going across that finish line. And her family, like cousins, were crying, and because they were doing it in her honor. A lot of her friends, they were crying because they were doing it in her honor, and that was so emotional for me right there. Just the whole race was, to see everybody. But when I saw them crying crossing the finish line, that I'll never forget.
I know. Yeah,
It was
it was a lot of her
day, the
family
whole
and cousins and
atmosphere,
friends and strangers too. I think
I was going to say,
Everyone.
complete strangers who.
There were a lot of
just
people that never dreamed of running ever ran just for this race. So that's how much of an
It
impact.
says a lot about it. Okay, so last one is going to be the coolest thing you ever got from a race. What is the coolest thing you ever got from a race?
The coolest thing, other than our medals that we give, other than our
You
medals
haven't
that we
gotten
give
these yet,
ourselves. The coolest thing. The coolest thing I ever got from a race was when I did the marathon at Run Woodstock, and I finished in my category, which was kind of crazy. So I got this really cool little VW Bug with a surfboard on top that said age category winner.
Oh, that's
And
cute.
you love that thing, don't you?
Well, yeah.
What about you, Kristen?
The most or the best thing, let's see, drunk. No, I'm kidding.
I was just going to say,
Scrumpy Skedaddle.
Scrumpy Skedaddle, some cider afterwards.
No, I'm kidding. I don't drunk the
pancakes.
Pancakes were good. I don't have a lot of things, but I would probably say the Michigan Mile, the day before the Crim. I do that with my kids, or my kid, one of them, and that is so cool to run that.
Yeah.
And get that medal. It's so pretty.
You can never have enough of
Yeah. So I would say the Michigan Mile medal.
Very cool.
My
Yeah.
favorites.
What about you?
like I said,
All right, so you're
I'm
not
sorry,
a runner.
I don't have it. I don't remember. I don't even know where my medals are. I mean, I got my wings from Wings of Mercy, the wing one, but I
Right.
didn't get anything like just only medals.
You took the best picture at the Crim the one year, though.
Which one? Oh, oh yeah.
That was.
People were like, "Oh, you look like I don't know, like I was, posing." I wasn't. I
She
didn't
looked
even
like
know.
a total
Were
model.
you running?
Like,
See,
the
then there
I was
you go.
running.
Yes.
I can't.
Were you
I forgot
running or
about
did you
that
say, hey,
picture.
take my
There's no
picture?
sweat or anything. She's
No,
just
I didn't
like-
even know anybody was taking it. That was I did the Crim a few times.
See,
Yeah.
there's your.
I have foot problems, so it's hard to run 10 miles. I'm like limping in mile 8 and trying to call somebody to come get me.
Get it done every time. Though.
Right. I do.
Yeah. Okay, just to kind of wrap everything up, is there anything that you want to talk about as far as London Strong Foundation that we haven't covered that you just want people to know about, or anything about the race that you want people to know about?
Well, we covered like everything that's going to be there. Stay, after for the
Yep,
festivities.
hang out. Don't just
Hang
disappear
out,
after the runner walk.
There's shopping, lots of shopping. And like you said, all that money goes, that's how we get our AEDs.
Yeah.
The more we sell, the more we can give back. And you never know. It might be you one day or someone you know that needs it.
Yeah.
No one's exempt from this. I mean, London was 10 with no condition at all that we knew of, an athlete. And you just never know who's going to need it. And we've put them out within our community. We try to stay local, but we have gone, across the borders too. But and it won't keep me from giving away like in a different state. That's fine. But the more we get out there, you just never know. It could be somebody that would affect you that's going to need the AED, like with Mary Smith with Tommy's Heart. She gave the AED to Camp Colton-Taconic, and when they were doing a training,
right?
They were training the coaches or the counselors were doing an emergency training, and he collapsed, and they used the AED that Tommy's Heart donated. So I know, me too. So you just never know.
That is what it's all about.
It came
Right,
full
exactly.
circle
Right.
and right back, and me and Mary and I, we spoke about this, and she goes, it's bittersweet.
Yeah.
It's hurtful, but it's
But-
good feeling
yeah.
too, and you just never know.
And you don't want anybody to ever have to feel the pain that you
Right.
feel.
And you
How-
never know, they
for-
might have to use it one day.
For these AEDs, how do you get on the list to maybe get one? How do you pick who receives those?
Okay, so we just had the grant now, but I have them at home, and we're gonna get together and announce it soon. But we try to target places that have a lot of kids and a lot of traffic. Okay, so when we gave it to a church that had a daycare and a dance studio
Oh wow.
they were kind of combined together.
Yeah.
We did a church
Yeah.
with a daycare,
Yep.
a school, preschool.
Yes.
I think a
Yeah.
whole
It was.
school.
It was a preschool.
It went up to like 12th grade too. So it was a school connected. And that one was special one because actually Kristen's son donated that one for his birthday. He raised the money and donated it to London. It was like her birthday gift.
Yeah.
And like 5 months before London passed away, our kitty Milan, which was she was taking care of her. She had lymphoma, and we took her to a church to get blessed. And I took pictures. I posted them. People saw, and it was London's idea. She wanted to bless Milan, and that church happened to reach out to me through the foundation page without knowing. They didn't know that we had been there, and I asked them. I was like, I think I know the name of this church. I think I've been there. We blessed our kitty, and she said, no, we don't do that here. We don't bless animals. She's like, are you talking about a different church? I'm like, no. And I sent her a picture of London. She goes, that is my church, and that was my husband that blessed her cat. And she didn't even know, and I didn't know. So we had to give it to them.
Yeah.
And they were a great candidate, too.
And that's where Kyle kind of got to be the picker of who got that one, and that one was for that reason alone.
Special connection.
Special.
For sure, yeah.
So they basically contact the foundation and then
we have the grant that comes out saying, here's your deadline to write in, and they write in, and we go through them, and then we grant them. And another one's going to come out next month, the month after, in August.
Okay.
You guys don't even know about this yet, but I'm calling it the Ironman grant, AED grant, because the NPC promoters, Glory and Michael Buckle, they sponsored an AED.
That's awesome.
The bodybuilding competitions.
Yeah.
I belong to NPC.
if you
Couldn't
could
tell. But they donated an AED because they're like, this is your sport and we need to do something for you. And I just messaged her yesterday. I'm like, what do you think about calling it the Ironman AED? Because Ironman is like on August, the end of August. She was all about it. So I kind of put names to them.
Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, not that they're personal enough already,
Right,
but yeah,
right. But there is one that might be like I have. I'm in a competition right now. Well, contest for muscle and fitness hers, and I want everybody to vote.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Please vote for me every day.
So how long does that go till?
Well, the new round started today,
Okay.
and it goes until the 17th of July. I'm in round 3.
Okay.
And you vote for me once a day for free. And if you want to buy votes, it all goes to the Wounded Warrior Project after your free one. But you vote once a day, and right now I'm in first place. I made it to round 3, and it's $20,000 for the winner. And I plan on giving all that money to London Strong, and I plan on doing a Miss Health and Fitness, because that's what it is, Miss Health and Fitness 2019 is what I'm going for, and I'm going to do an AED once a month, because it should buy between 10 and 13 AEDs.
Wow.
So I'm going to do a Miss Health and Fitness AED grant every month.
So if people want to help the foundation,
Please.
just vote for Tina every
And the community.
day.
That
Help,
can
make
help the
such a
community
huge
that
impact
10
just like
AD
that.
units
So I'm
out.
praying, just vote for me, please, once a day.
Very
You can
She
buy
doesn't
the.
ever ask for anything.
No,
I'm
no,
being serious.
no.
No, you never ask for anything. So for her to ask for this, it's a big deal. So
That would be
make-
wonderful
make-
to get
make
those
a
AEDs out there.
Huge impact, yeah. Very cool. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, I want to thank all three of you ladies. Really appreciate you stopping in and talking about Linden Strong. So thanks for tuning in to Complete Runner Podcast, and catch us next time.